Again, I want to remind police in Abaco what it means to be serving as the request or serving as on the pleasure of Anthony Ferguson. That means you ask yourself, just like the Christian would do, because they understand this when they say they are serving Jesus Christ. And what the Christian doesn't understand, they don't ask themselves when they get in trouble, what would Jesus Christ do in this situation? How would Jesus act or react? It's the same thing as serving as the pleasure of the Commissioner of Police, Anthony Ferguson. And you ask yourself in Marsh Harbour Police Station and throughout the Bahamas, would Anthony Ferguson accept the kind of behavior that y'all are representing him? Would he approve of this type of policeman when you're only serving on the pleasure of the Commissioner of Police, who at this time is Anthony Ferguson? And I say this because it was heartbreaking. We had an untimely death of a likable fella here, came here to make better of his life from all the way in Long Island. His name was Brendan Tynecrest. His mother was in the States when his untimely death happened. She flew all the way to Abaco, met with the police, got his belongings. All she wanted was an opportunity to have some closure on the untimely death of her last child, her last boy child, her last child. And she asked the police, could you let me know when the court case? The brothers asked, could you let us know when the court case? Because we want to hear what happened to our brother on that fateful morning. You know what the police did here in Marsh Harbour? That's serving under the pleasure of the Commissioner of Police. They have a brother here. Leary called the brother in Long Island the day of the case and said, we are having the arraignment in Cooperstown when this happened in Marsh Harbour. The brother tried to call the other brother here. Leary knows there's another brother here. Why didn't call him? And why did they wait till the last minute? And why did they carry the arraignment to Cooperstown? It seems like the police were working on behalf of the person who killed Brendan Tynecrest. They had no remorse for Brendan Tynecrest's family nor Brendan. They disallowed, this Marsh Harbour Police Station disallowed the Tynecrest family to have some closure on the death of the loved one. Not only did they call the brother in Long Island on the day of the arraignment, but they took it away all the way to Cooperstown. I wanted to be there. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't have it there, because I wanted to see who this guy is that killed by accidental driving. I wanted to know whether this guy actually was driving with his light off on the wrong side of the road. Nobody in the family knows that. The public don't know it. I also wanted to know, do I know this individual that caused this death? Because, it could have been me. It could have been me. So all the mother asked the traffic division, the Royal Bahamas Police Force in Abaco, to please let the family know so they could sit in court to hear the particulars of what happened on that awful morning that caused the death of our last child. The Marsh Harbour Police Station failed, and they acted as if the guy who caused the murder had more rights than the dead person, in the capacity that they didn't even let his family have closure. Once again, That is disrespectful. That is unprofessional of any law-abiding police station. And because what they didn't do, disallow the family to have closure. They don't know what the fella looked like. They don't know what the particulars are on that morning. All they know is what Leary told them is that the guy was sentenced for death by traffic, accidental death. He was sentenced to jail for 1 year. And then they got dropped this ball. You know, the magistrate didn't have to send him to jail. She could have just fined him. Boy, in America, if you hit down a poodle, if you kill a dog wrongly in America, you will get more time in 1 year. If you kill a hog or a billy goat in America, those people will be there to the courts to make sure that their hog got justice. And the Marshall Police Station disallowed Ms. Tynecrest and her remaining living sons to have closure on the death of her last child, Brendan Tynecrest. That is disrespectful. And they say they are serving at the pleasure of the Commissioner of Police, Anthony Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson, you need to come to Abaco with a whip and beat these brutes out of Abaco. They ain't deserve to be serving at the pleasure of you. This one of them Kai Cares video because I grieve with the family. The family also happened to be my family, my friends. I watched these guys grow up and to get killed like a hog on the streets of Dundas Town, my hometown, my birthplace, and the police disallow any member of the public that cared for Brendan Tynecrest to have closure. And not only that, I was so proud of Brendan's co-workers that stood on the scene before the police got there. And they stood there after the body was removed. And the police never asked them a question. They hold up the hand. Sir, I saw what happened. Sir, I saw what happened. Can I give a statement? No, you can't give a statement. 1 week later, while there was memory, the scene was fresh in the witnesses' mind. They were on the scene, asked to give a statement. They were refused to give a statement. And 1 week later, they begged them to come and give a statement. A week later, that is what's happening under Motamor. Jesus Christ, we need Motamor to here because they're serving under Motamor. He's the superintendent. So if they fail, he failed as a leader. And then you carry it right down through to the Commissioner of Police because they're serving at his pleasure. That is not why the Commissioner of Police need to clean house in Abaco. I'm long-winded today because when my brother hurt, I also hurt. You here live in the front of the most corrupt police station in the hemisphere on WCAY.